Hey there, and welcome to the Affordable College Prep presentation, The Parent's Guide to Understanding Scholarships, how to help your son or daughter with this process. My name is Dr. Alan Seidman. I'm the director at Affordable College Prep, and I thank you for tuning in. A couple of quick facts before we begin. First is that, as we all know, college is very expensive. Many families really strive to find ways to save money. Grants might be available. Many of us, that's myself included, take out loans to help pay for school. And on average, a 4-year degree-seeking student will graduate with around $37,000 in student loan debt. And that number is from the Project on Student Debt. Now, $37,000 is an awful lot of money. But keep in mind that attending and graduating from college is a very good thing. It will certainly be quite helpful for your son or daughter. The idea here is to understand that there are ways with which people can save money. Your son or daughter does not have to graduate with so much debt if we all know what to do. Which brings us to scholarships. Scholarships are financial awards that will help students pay for college. Scholarships are created by companies and organizations as ways with which they can stand out among the competition and at the same time give back to the community. Scholarships can be a one-time award or something that can be renewed every year. Very important here now, they do not have to be paid back. They are not paid back. But it involves work on the part of your son or daughter. They must be applied for. There's generally an essay that has to be written, and there are important deadlines to follow. So it's important that families really work together here to make scholarships happen. Now, many scholarships are merit-based, but many are not. So if you feel your son or daughter might not be academic enough, know that there are scholarships for all different types of reasons. There are scholarships for left-handed people, minorities, tall students, and scholarships may even be based on the foods that you like. Just to name a few here. So they vary in the amount you can get. They can be a few $100s or even a few $1,000s. And you can have multiple scholarships. So where do you begin in this journey? Well, you have to find the scholarship and then apply for it. There are large awards and small awards. Don't discount the large awards, but understand it might be more advantageous to pursue the smaller awards. There is no limit on the number of scholarships your son or daughter can apply for and receive. Remember that. And rather than a large scholarship, it might be more advantageous to receive several smaller scholarships. Important point though, you should take a step back and think creatively about which scholarships your son or daughter can pursue. Remember, not all scholarships are merit-based. Now you're ready to begin? You want to find scholarships that would relate to your son or daughter? Where do you start? Well, let's start with the obvious. Does your child have a job? If your son or daughter works for a large company, chances are they offer scholarships. And who better with the inside track than the employee that works there for a while and ready to go off to college? Next, does your family belong to any large groups or organizations? This might include the Lions Club or the Moose Lodge or any large organization that your family belongs to. Well, if your son or daughter is an active member, here again, you might have an inside track on helping them achieve a scholarship. Does your son or daughter volunteer anywhere? Hopefully they do. Large volunteer organizations have scholarships they give out all the time. Any hobbies of interest to your son or daughter? Do they collect stamps or coins? Now, that's kind of so old, isn't it? Maybe they're involved in ping pong or golf or swimming. Well, organizations involved with hobbyists and hobby enthusiasts often give scholarships or award scholarships to their participants. Next, think local. Think about the local community. Are there any businesses in the town or city where you live? Any large regional chain sometimes gives scholarships to the people in the community. These are great opportunities. Now let's think about some less obvious places. Think about the job or career your son and daughter would like to have after college. Perhaps they want to go into nursing or hotel and restaurant management. Great field. Or medicine or law. Well, these organizations offer scholarships as well. Great place to look. Also, what state does your son and daughter want to go to college in? States have scholarships all the time. Any favorite sports teams? Sporting teams offered scholarships. Did you know that? How about musical artists? Large musical groups might have money aside that they give scholarship money for their fans. How about a restaurant you like to eat at? Large restaurant might have scholarships available for you too. Why not? You're a big fan of the restaurant? State your case and you have a good chance. Any particular foods that your son and daughter likes? Maybe they like pizza. Well, look around. I bet you could find several different types of pizza scholarships. And finally, does your son or daughter stand out demographically? This could be ethnically, this could be something, maybe your son or daughter is a twin, or maybe there is some demographic characteristic that's distinctive, and there could be a scholarship for that. Finally, don't forget to look for obscure scholarships. They're out there too. There are scholarships for tall people, short people, left-handed people, people with red hair, people with blonde hair. So good opportunity to take a step back, think differently about scholarships. So take advantage of it. You'll be surprised at what you find. So you're ready to go. You're ready to start finding scholarships. Where do you look? Well, the obvious starting point is always Google. And in your Google search, use the word scholarship, award, or foundation. That will limit things for you and make it easier to differentiate the scholarships you need from ones that might not be important to you. Also, you should know that there are dedicated scholarship websites. Some are for free and some are for a small fee. That's up to you. But sites will have hundreds, if not thousands, of scholarships that are available to your son or daughter. Books are another great place to find scholarships. If you're like me and still like to go to the bookstore, go to the back of the bookstore and you'll find the education section, and you'll probably see several books, big books, listing many types of scholarships. Go for it. They're a good purchase. Or you can go to Amazon and look through their scholarship books. They're purchases that are well worth it for you because they will have many scholarships available to you, things that you haven't even thought of. Now, at school, your son or daughter's school will also have great resources to find scholarships. The guidance counselor office, the department chairperson, teacher, or librarian. Now, sometimes what happens too, these people get scholarship announcements and they get busy and they file them away in a cabinet or in an inbox somewhere and forget about them. So have your son or daughter ask these people if there are any scholarship applications or announcements in the filing cabinet that they might have forgotten about. You'd be surprised, something might turn up for them. And finally, feel free to follow us at LinkedIn. You can follow us at Affordable College Prep, or you can follow my personal LinkedIn account at Alan Seidman, where I'm often posting various scholarships I find that would be of interest to students everywhere. Here are some important tips for you before you begin the scholarship application process. Number one, check carefully for the eligibility and deadline dates. Make sure your son or daughter is in fact eligible for the scholarship, and please make a note of when the application deadline is. Late applications are rarely accepted and not a good thing. So here's where you, as the family member, needs to be a little naggy on your son or daughter to make sure this is completed and completed on time. Have your son or daughter think carefully about their application, particularly the essay. Have them tell their story, what makes them special. So this is a very important part of the application. Now, your son or daughter must write the essay. Don't write it for them. I've been on scholarship committees and we could smell when the essay was not written by the applicant. So it really stands out. So make sure your son or daughter writes the essay. However, it's a good idea to have someone proofread it. I would recommend a teacher or a librarian or someone at school who'd proofread it just to correct some of the glaring spelling errors. Okay? So when do you start applying for scholarships? When do you start looking for scholarships? When does this process begin? Obviously, you want to start looking when your son or daughter's in high school. Even freshman year, sophomore year, start looking for scholarships, get a feel for it, start applying come junior year, senior year. So when your son or daughter's off to college, they already have scholarship money in hand. You can keep applying for scholarships when your son or daughter is already enrolled in college. Just because they're there doesn't mean they get to stop looking for scholarships. So continue to look for scholarships. And finally, even when pursuing grad school, keep looking for scholarships. Grad school is very expensive, so it's no reason to stop looking for scholarships. Scholarships can help. That could be for your son or daughter, and hey, maybe even yourself if you're trying to go back to graduate school. Look for scholarships. They're there. Couple of quick points before I leave you. Know that the process for applying for a scholarship is considered similar to a part-time job. So dedicate the time and brain power to do it effectively. And make your son or daughter understand that if they spend 10 hours on a scholarship application and they get $500, that is the equivalent of $50 an hour. So it's quite a valuable use of time. So it's important for your son or daughter to know this, for them to do the bulk of the work on this. However, you as the parent or family member really has to oversee this process to make sure it happens. So there you have it. Thanks so much for listening to this presentation, or vodcast, if you will. If you have any questions or you'd like to continue the discussion, feel free to reach out to me at alan@affordablecollegeprep.com. I would love to hear from you, and I would certainly like to help you. Thank you so much, and best wishes to you and your son or daughter, and good luck with the college journey.